All right, welcome back to Politics Now. And this time around, we'll focus on Nasarawa State's government of the handling of the displaced people of Bassa in total local government in the state. And of course, we'll look at the state of these people, allegations of neglect from the government due to a particular crisis that, we saw happened in 2018 and the way forward in all of this, because these people cannot continue to suffer. And of course, here with me to talk about it today is Comrade Abdullahi Shuaibu Zoko. Good day to you, and thanks for being with us on the program.
Thank you very much.
Now, your people, the Bassa people of Total Local Government area, were forced into exile, I believe, in April 21st, 2018.
Yes.
And of course, just walk us through the story of what actually transpired that led to this crisis that we found ourselves in.
All right. I think for the benefit of doubt of the audience that are listening to us, I would like to go a little bit to the happening to it. If not left to us, we have already said, let the bygone be bygone, only on way forward and how our people will get back to their ancestral homeland. But that is the only thing that we are focusing on now. But for the emphasis of the public, I think the issue, what brought the crisis in 2018, is as a result of a person or a commercial tax driver adopted a two Basava branch youth with in Umasha when they were headed to Uja. And the distance between Umasha and Uja is no more than 25 minutes driving. But effort to reach their whereabouts to date over about it. We involved the police, even the DPO of total local government, attacked on it. All the investigation was done and no result. I think that is what emanated the crisis in 2018.
All right. Now, let's look at some of the current state. Let's talk about the current state of your people. They've been driven away from their homeland.
Yes.
They are no longer there due to this crisis.
Yes.
Now, prior to this crisis, there was another crisis that has been lingering in this particular area. Does it have any relationship to do with the fight that led to the current situation?
I would say no.
Okay, so this is just different.
Yes.
So let's talk about the current situation of things. How are your people?
Well, the current situation of our people is so dilemma because wherever that was in exile, this is just up to 6 years now. We're getting to 6 years now when our people were in exile. And even the government of Nasarawa State has not yet, even for once, maybe locate our people to see how they are coping. And this is the community or the environment where we produce a House of Assembly member that is even the current speaker now in Nasarawa State.
And he's not doing anything
Yes, we have not
about
had when
the situations.
Even move for emotion regard to this. And even issue of maybe see on how we can return back home all effort. In fact, we are not seeing the result on screen, in fact.
So who is occupying your land right now?
Well, some of our land, like the various communities that were being in combination between the Bassas and the Iburas, when the Bassas were out of the land, the Ibura, they had said that. But in the community that maybe there are pure Bassa, which none of the Ibura or none of the tribe were in existence there, then the community is empty.
Now, from my findings, there's been no palliatives for your people.
Exactly.
No provision of IDP camps.
Yes.
And these are some of the things that you would expect a government to actually provide for its people.
Yes.
Do you think that the administration of Governor Sule sees your people as part of Nasarawa State?
Well, this is one of our concerns at times. This is one of our concerns. Because when our elders begin to push some of these issues on how for him to get or to come to our rescue, at times you do get them assurance. But it has even reached to the length, to the extent that even some of the youth are not even believing what the parents or what the elders are telling them anymore. Because giving hope to us is like the hope is not yielding results. So we didn't know what is going on, really, and particularly what is the intention of the government of Nasarawa State over us. And that is why we are calling to the federal government to come on the interventions on how our people will get back to that community.
Now, apart from this issue, I'm aware that even amongst your people, there seems to be some form of division, which is has turned political and probably may be the reason, you can correct me, why the government has stayed away from this particular problems that your community is facing. Would you like to expatiate on that? Some people, took the government to court. And from what I have learned, that issue has not been resolved. Can you just walk us through to help us understand that particular scenario?
Well, to that instances, I think, yes, of course, this came as a result where the past government of Tonko Umaru Almakura, His Excellency Senator Umaru Tonko Almakura, recognized the Bassa people and gave them identity by giving them a paramount ruler in total local government of Nasarawa State. In fact, this is the number one and the first paramount ruler which we have in total local government. But it is unfortunate, part of our elders or part of our leaders or part of the Bassa communities, it does not go well with them. And it is certain in any community where a paramount ruler will be given, at least some people, it will not be preferable with them. They must demonstrate that scenario. So I think that maybe the case of the Bassa will be exceptional to that. And that should not be maybe a
The reason why the government, would.
Yes.
So what effort have your people put out to reach out to the government, especially since this crisis, happened in 2018? Governor Sule came into power, in 2019. Yes. So did he reach out to you in the form of campaign to ensure that, he brings peace and into your community?
In fact, the coming on board of Governor A.A. Sule in his first tenure in 2019, in fact, the Bassa community contributes, in fact, vehemently to his coming on board.
So you would expect that he would reciprocate the votes that you people gave to him back in 2019.
Exactly. But if I even during his primaries, I would say none of our members or of the Bassa community that did not vote A.A. Sule during his primaries. And that's what contributed to his coming on board. So
now, he of course, 2019 till now, that's almost 8 years. Yes. And he's faced with, he's done 4 years rather. Yes. He's facing a court case. And of course, he filed appeal. Yes. From the information that I'm aware of. And do you think, given all this crisis, that he has with the opposition, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, they have a situation in court, he would have time to be able to, focus on your plea to him to come intervene into the situation? But before you talk about that, did you people reach out to him, and what was his response?
Yes. Even with the youth as well, we have reached on him. But what he gave us something like a homework that we should try to make peace with our neighbor, which is
and have you made peace?
Yes, which we did.
You've made peace, so there's no longer division amongst your people.
Yes, and them.
So now that you've made peace, did you reach out again to the governor?
Exactly.
And what was the response?
The response is that he's working on it, but we are not seeing the results, and our people are suffering. The worst part of it is not even there is not even any day that maybe the government delegates maybe a representative of the government to come and check on us on how we are coping. Even when the palliative of the issue came on board, nothing. And it is unfortunate for the past 6 years or for the past 5 years, going to the 6 years now, and then the government will abandon a particular community that maybe the government coming on board and take an oath to take care of everybody in the community. In fact, even an ant.
Do you people have anybody who is prominent in his cabinet, that could help mediate for you?
The Bassas?
Yes. Any prominent person in your community that is in his government?
Aside of the paramount ruler, which the past government gave us an identity, which is the paramount ruler, Dr. David Chukura, I don't think we have any prominent leader that can intervene, which the government can listen to.
And what has that ruler done so far?
No, he has done excellently well. But the only thing, we are not seeing the results.
All right. Well, as a station, we're going to reach out to the government of Nasarawa State to, of course, hear their own perspective and, of course, see how solutions can be reached. But what would be your plea to the government? Because, I mean, I believe fighting is not going to solve this
Yes,
problem.
exactly.
It's all about conversations
Yes.
and dialogue.
Yes.
So what is your message? Let's just assume the governor, is opportune to watch this particular interview. What would be your plea to him regarding your people?
All right. Since we, the youth, have not yet have a one-on-one discussion with the governor, at the same time,
You told me earlier that you people reached out to, the
yes,
youths reached out to
yeah,
him,
in his first tenure,
but there was no
yes,
response.
yeah, there was no
Okay.
response. So what we are now trying to, for him, the governor or the government of Nasarawa State to come on board is that whatever they are putting on agenda or whatever they are considering the Bassa people of their home return, I think it should be something very quickly and very fast. Because these are people that are predominant farmers, which they deprive them of their fundamental human rights. In fact, even the last election, the disfranchisement is also one of the things that needs to be one of their concerns.
Were you people allowed to vote in the last
We are
elections in
not.
February?
We are not.
Your people did not vote
We didn't.
during the February 2023
Yes, we
elections. Both presidential,
Yes.
House, you were not allowed to
We are
vote.
not allowed.
Who did you go to?
We go to the governor. We consulted him
Was the government responsible for that?
of the deniement of
Yes, for you people not voting, or some people amongst your clan.
No, that should be the government. Because we said let the government return us before the general election even. But all effort proved abortive. In fact, our royal father tried a lot. But it was as in, let the election be over. As soon the election is over, it's going to return us quickly. But
Well,
this is almost about 5 months now or 6 months now when the election is over. But we are not even seeing it.
the election is not over because he has a court in case, to deal
And this is
with.
one of our worries. Because we are now thinking that in this court case, which is part of the thing that also bothered us and which we are also worried, they were now saying that, okay, when this case will be over and when is he going to come to our rescue?
Now, so let's assume the PDP opposition comes into power. Are you people reaching out to the camp in PDP because there's a court case and we can't predict what the judgments of the court is going to be if the election of Governor Sule is going to be upheld or if the victory is going to be given to the PDP candidate? Do you feel that your people are maximizing this opportunity to spread your eggs in different baskets to see if the PDP comes into power? How are you people going to be able to reach out to them?
In the PDP, this is politics. Everybody has his own interests. You understand? Even though you people are twins, one may decide to follow the other way when this one may decide to follow this way. But part of us are also members of the PDP, which we believe they are doing well in the party as well. But that is not a yardstick because we cannot say of a government that is coming. What if that government does not come? So what is on table right now is what we know. We are not even talking of the government that is coming. When the government comes, then we'll see what we can do about that again. But what of the current government? What is it doing about us? This is the question.
So if the current government is going to do something about your people, what do you think will be the first thing to do?
Home return.
Home return. You want to come back to your land.
To our land, yes.
The land presently is deserted. There's nobody there.
Yes. Part of the community, there's nobody. Except few of the community that the Ibra are also.
Who is responsible for why you people have not returned back? Outside
if you can ask me, I would say it's the government.
So what's the agenda?
Because some of
what does the government stand to benefit from not allowing, its own people to stay in its own place?
I don't know. Maybe to that, it may be in the best position to answer that. It may be if they reach out to the government.
All right. Well, I will reach out to the representative of the Nasarawa State government. So we're still going to be following this story as it develops. And I do hope that justice, is meted to the people of Bassa in Toto local government area. Once again, Comrade Abdullahi Shuaib Zoko, thank you so much for coming on Politics Now. And I
Thank you.
hope to have you soon, and of course, probably to have a rep from the government too, so that we
All
can
right.
hear both sides and see how the right thing can be done, because your people are citizens of the state.
Yes.
You deserve palliatives from federal government. You deserve to be able to vote in elections. It's your right, and whatever crisis that has been existing before, it needs to be put aside.
Yes.
And your people needs to come together and of course have discussions with government to ensure that your people forge ahead.
Yes.
Once again, thank you so much for coming on
Thank
the
you very
program.
much.
Like you wanted to say something
Yes.
before we go, please go ahead.
All right. You see, like this issue of election, which you mentioned, very soon, early next year, 2024, there's going to be a local government election in Nasarawa State. And all arrangement for our people to return there is not yet in existence. So how can our people even partake, even to vote? Not even to contest, but to vote at the local government election. So we are not seeing the possibility again. So it's like they are working towards denying us the opportunity again as well.
To be part of governance.
To be part of the
and
governance.
also to benefit from
Yes.
governance. Wow, it's so sad. Well, we'll be following up
So
this.
that is why one of the paramount things that we are plea to the government now is that they should forget about any differences that was existing either between the Bassa's community, between ourselves. This is a personal issue that can be handled by themselves.
And just deliver on governance.
On the governance.
Well, we can
Our
only
home return
pray.
should be its number one priorities.
We can only pray that the government, is able to do that. Once again, comrade, thank you so much for being with us on the program.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
And I'm praying with you that everything is sorted out.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, Barrister Ayo Ademeluyi, acting national spokesperson of the Socialist Equality Party. Thank you so much for being with us in Politics Now. And of course, our comrade Abdullahi Shuaibu Zoko, all the way from Nasarawa State. Thanks for being with us on set today on Politics Now. And that's the much that I can take on the show for today. See you next time right here on LN 24/7. Once again, my name is Morno Balagogo. Thanks for watching.